Happy Monday. Good morning, good morning. It's the Last Minute Laura Show. Good morning, good morning. Hello, hi everybody, welcome back. Oh my goodness. Good morning everybody, welcome back to another morning. The Last Minute Laura Show is back. And welcome. I missed you guys. For those of you who have no idea what's going on, it's the Last Minute Laura Morning Show. We used to be getting together every single weekday morning, Monday to Friday, from 7 a.m. till 8:30 a.m. And we took a week off. And oh my God, I didn't even realize that I needed a week off. But wow, am I feeling like a whole new person. I'm alive. I made it. I survived a week off of the internet, and wow, I did a lot of woodland fairy things. I recognize now that without my away from the internet time, my woodland fairy life sort of falls behind. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're new. I'm just gonna jump past that stuff so I can say hi to whoever's here today. Let me see who's here to say hi. Good morning, Candace. Nice to see you. Welcome back, everyone. Get comfy. Totally. Oh, did anyone else have a hard time waking up this morning? Because I did. Good morning, Frida. Good morning, Sid. I know it's only been a week, but it feels like it's been a month since I sat down for a stream. For real, right? Like, it really feels like a long time. Candace, same. It's been the longest week ever. I know. Jenna, good morning. I've missed you guys. I missed you too. It's the Laura Show. Indeed. Good morning, Alcy. Nice to see you this morning. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Katina. Good to be back. Indeed it is. Good morning, Zach. And Lori, good morning. Nice to see you, Lori. And Sandy's here too. Good morning, Sandy. Nice to see you this morning. Lovely, luscious Laura. I love that. Oh gosh. Ooh, I'm so tired. I'm not. I really have slept an awful lot in the last week, but I still I'm tired. Hey Maddie, good morning. And Zach, good morning. Did I say good morning? And oh yay, all the fairy things. Indeed. Indeed. So, here's some of the things. Let's talk. Did anybody else do anything interesting, by the way, while we were away? Did anybody get anything cool happening? I was up till 1 chatting on Discord. Jeez Louise, Sid. That's late. I'm, not been sleeping late. Not been going to bed late. Not been going to bed as early. I have stayed up a little, but like, you guys know I'm not a late night person. So, off the bat, just because it's in the background and you can actually see it, talk about my new elephant ear plant. So this thing is the same thing that I took the cuttings from Toronto last year, but they had them for sale at the parking lot sale at my local greenhouse. It's like the end of the season, big huge sale. Also this banana tree. Yep, I made yarn. That's awesome, Lori. I did a few yarn projects, a few yarn crafts over the last week. Ooh. But I also did an awful lot of like outside things. Like I went to the actual, oh geez, Candace still waiting to go to bed. We'll do that after the stream. I hope you get a really good nap then. And so, hold on. What was I gonna say? These plants, wonderful. Oh yeah, $15. Bless you. Bless you. $12. Laura, I've been trying to get on your Discord, but it won't let me. It keeps saying the invite is expired. Oh, Sarah, back in, what was it, May, friends? May, or was it June? Yeah, the Discord's been made private, Sarah. Since you've been around for a while, I'll see if I can just get a link. I did make it private. I'm sure I can. But I made it private for, I made it a $2 Patreon thing. So you've been here a long time though. I'll get you the link for it. Don't worry about it. But I'm trying to make it so that it's like an exclusive thing, the Discord. So I'll get you a link for it so that you don't have to do anything. But yeah, the plan is to make it a Patreon thing after. For you guys, you'll already be in, so it won't matter. But that way, it'll be like an extra thing. Okay, so oh my God, there's so much news. Okay, so first of all, plants. My mom bought them for me. We went out plant shopping and I was picking plants and she was like, just get both of them. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I should. And then when we got to the cash, my mom was like, I got you. And I was like, yes, free plants. So I got these 2 plants. I also got another rosemary. I got an African violet. I got another Wandering Jew because they were $2, which is great. Oh yeah, Sid, more than just the fact that it was $15, this one has like 4 plants in it. So you can see these big leaves are all part of one plant, but those itty bitty leaves are a second plant, and then these medium-sized leaves are a third plant. So this baby is gonna make me happy. I mean, probably the leaves are gonna shrink over winter, just like my other one. Those plants around here are way expensive. Right, Lori? I know, normally they're like 50 or 60 bucks. But for some reason they were on clearance for $15. So I was like, can I rent your mom? She's just the bomb. She is just the bomb. And then after we hung out, she was like, oh, by the way, I got you some zucchinis. And I was like, I have a zucchini plant. She was like, oh no, these are like the ugly ones for the chickens. And she gave me a full Walmart shopping bag packed full with like ugly zucchini, like just ones that didn't come out pretty. So she wasn't gonna put them on the farm stand, and the chickens like went to town. They don't like eggplant. In case you didn't know, raw eggplant, not interesting to chickens. They fully left it. Whereas zucchini, they destroyed it. Lori, so the plants, it's huge. You should call him Charlie after the Prince Charles ears. Oh, that's cute. That's funny. Because he does have big old ears, doesn't he? Hold on, what was I gonna say? Lori sent me a picture or a video of her plants. Oh my God, Lori, we are like actual plant twins, and it made me so happy watching your video. I watched it like a couple of times because it was so, it made me really happy. Lori and I both have a lot of overlapping plant twins, and Lori's are all displayed really pretty in her house, so it's cool. I really liked them. I really like the fact that you have the oxalis, the red one. That makes me feel really nice because, you know. What, she didn't make zucchini bread out of the ugly ones? They weren't like regular zucchini, Candace. They weren't like the nice smooth skinned ones. They're like weird varieties. So there's one that's called like the, oh shoot, it has like a word that makes it sound like a condom. Something ribbed. Like, they're not pretty. They're like more, they look more like gourds. She planted a lot of varieties of zucchini this year. So the zucchini that I'm used to seeing, there's only 2. The green ones and the yellow ones, but there's a third variety of smooth skinned ones that's green and yellow, stripy, and then there's a whole bunch of other varieties that aren't like typical zucchini look. So the chickens ate those ones. Okay, so what else happened? So I got a whole bunch of new plants. I got a string of hearts, which is kind of a big deal. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of those, but there's like string of pearls, string of dolphins, string of turtles. That's the one I really want. And there's one called String of Hearts. Oh, that's so sweet, Lori. That's cute. So my mom, no. Okay, so I got a string, hold on. Laura, do you want me to remind you to send me a link for your Discord and Instagram? Please, Sarah, yes, please. Because literally I've already forgotten, so yes, please do send me a link. Send me a reminder, please, and I will send you a link. Lori, you have a sweet husband, obviously, because a lot of those plants are really beautiful. Okay, another plant that I got, like I'm saying, a string of hearts. I have to show it to you. Like, I don't want to keep getting up and sitting down because I just want to hang out and chat with you, but I do have this plant that is just amazing. This is the only one that I actually bought. On the way home from hanging out with my mom, I stopped at another garden center because I was like, I'm already out. Look at this. Isn't it pretty? So, if you could see, regular price, $19.99. I paid $10. And look how long the plant is. It goes from my shoulder all the way like past my knee, which is very lovely. It's a string of hearts. So it's technically a succulent, which means don't water it too much and it needs a lot of light. But it grows in these beautiful long like curtains. I untangled them all so that I can have like a nice straight long curtain full of hearts, which makes me very happy. So I got that. Also, I got a wandering Jew, like I said, because normally they're like $4 for a wandering Jew plant. It's just like what they cost here. This one was like 3 times the size of a regular wandering Jew, and it was $2 because it was being sold as an outside plant. And I was like, I shall have you. So now I have more of those because I can't stop. I have a string of hearts. They grow very long. Oh, that's awesome, Zach. I have never had one before. I've been holding out for a string of turtles, if I can be completely honest. I really want a string of turtles. Excuse me. But I didn't buy them when I saw them last. I just was like, I'll see them again, and then I didn't. I haven't seen them for sale again, which has been really sad. But string of hearts, I wanted it. I saw it. I liked it. I want it. I bought it. And do you want to know why I bought it, friends? Let me tell you. It's kind of a big deal, so I'm going to come in a little bit close so I can just say it to you. My credit card is now paid off. And so is Alex's. We're both at 0. We both owe the bank nothing. This week was very lovely, I have to say. I mean, I'm all over the place because I didn't write anything down because my bullet journal didn't come in the mail, so I just have nowhere to write anything right now. So I'm just waiting on this bullet journal to come so I can like organize my life again. But I paid off my credit card. And Alex also paid off my credit card. The point is, the main important point is that I currently do not owe the bank any money. So I purchased myself a plant. So I'll just, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you all. Feeling fairly mature people. So thank you. I'm feeling very excited about it. I feel like you guys are the only ones who like I can say it to in a way that you hear it. Do you know what I mean? Like you say that to people and they're like, good for you. You shouldn't be in debt because you don't have any reason to be in debt yet. And I'm like, okay, well, calm down. I was, and now I'm not. It's a big deal. Thank you, Sid. Thank you. Jenna, thank you. Zach, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And Candace, thank you. People sell cuttings of a lot of plants on Etsy. I haven't looked. I honestly haven't looked. Hold on a sec. Where are the fur babies? Thunder! Thunder, come here. Come here. Come on, you want to come sit with me? You come sit here. Come here. Come on, up. Come on up. Yeah, right here. Come on, up. Jump. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Here's one fur baby. Fur baby number 2 is running around being crazy. Thank you, Lori, and thank you, Candace. Thank you, Katina. I'm very happy about it too. If I'm honest, I'm like, it was a very big weight off my shoulders. It made last week not working, not like I didn't do as much work as I said I was going to. I took a lot of time to like do things that I felt like doing, and I felt a lot less guilt in that, knowing that I didn't owe a whole bunch of money anywhere. So that's exciting. I've seen string of hearts grown in the same pot as string of pearls all tangled together. I wonder if you could do the same with string of turtles. I would be happy to do that, Zach. string of turtles and string of hearts, but string of pearls and string of hearts, those are very different looking. I don't know if I would mix them, but they were all tangled and I untangled all of them. So on Etsy, Mist Thunder as well as CJ Eyes. CJ, he was biting me this morning for no reason, so congratulations, Laura and Alex. Fantastic adulting. Thank you, Frida. I'm not gonna lie to you. Part of it happened because I was saying to Alex, he wants to buy this impact driver, which we do not need. We have a drill, and our drill is perfectly fine. And he wants an impact driver because he thinks it'll make him build things. And I was like, we don't need an impact driver. It's like a $200 tool plus all of the accessories. It's gonna be like a $300 tool. And I was like, we don't need that. Why do you want to buy it? And he was like, honestly, I paid off my credit card. And I was like, you can buy some random junk once my credit card's paid off. Once we both have our credit cards down to zero, then you can start looking at buying a stupid thing. Up until then, let's just calm down. Literally the following day, he sent me the remaining balance of my credit card, and I was like, okay, that's not what I meant. What I meant was like, not that. And he was like, oh, you don't want it? And I was like, okay, rude. So then I paid off my credit card, or like most of it, and then I got my paycheck the following day, paid off the rest of it. So now we're both adults. We're just adult people. But CJ is in the other room sitting on a kitchen chair like a human. So he'll come around. But he bit me this morning for no reason, so rude. Anyway, I don't care for string of pearls so much, but I do still really want a string of turtles. String of turtles, string of hearts. Happy about those. Oh, I also got an African violet. I didn't even want it. It was at the cash at the garden center, and it was $1, and there were 3 of them, and I was like, I'll just take an African violet because it's $1. And I also bought 10 pepper plants because it was $2 for a flat, and so I bought a flat. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm really tired. If this stream sucks today, I'm sorry, guys. It's been a week that I haven't streamed talked to any human beings other than like IRL. So dealing with the camera and the text is like, it's gonna take me a minute to jump back into. But I do love you guys. I do appreciate that you're here. But I'm tired. So that happened. Something else that happened this past week, I've done a lot of like I said, whimsical woodland fairy things. So one of the woodland fairy things that I did this week was I spent probably 5 hours total in the forest. I, over the course of 3 days, went into the forest for a couple hours each time, and I'm talking like into the forest, not like near the edge of our backyard. Like I went through the field to the edge of the forest, like on the Bruce Trail into the woods for several hours, a couple of times last week, and I picked a full large freezer bag. Good morning, Bee. A full large freezer bag full of black raspberries. So it's black raspberry season. If you're in Southern Ontario, our brambleberry wild black raspberries, they're like halfway between a blackberry and a raspberry. The flavor is like woodland fruit. Like it's not anything special. Like you wouldn't be like, oh my god, I can't even imagine. They just don't, you can't buy them because they're like a wild berry. So it makes them, there's a novelty to it because you can't buy them. So I was out in the woods collecting these berries, these little raspberry sized, they're even smaller than a raspberry, honestly. They're like little, and they're dense. They have a lot of seed to pulp ratio. It's not like a raspberry where it's lots of goo. So anyway, they're tasty though. It's not like they're yucky. Ouch. And if you go into the woods, even if you're wearing jeans, you get your whole legs cut up, like for real, all just, I'm covered in bruises and covered in scratches on my hands, feet, legs, everything. And I wore socks, I wore jeans, I wore a long sleeve shirt, I wore a hat, and I wore an apron. It does not suck. I missed you all so much. Oh, good, Frida. I'm glad. I missed you too. I wish I was more limber to go berry hunting. It was hunting, Candace. It wasn't just berry picking for sure. But anyway, I got this whole huge freezer bag of them. And I was saying to my mom, like, I want to make something. Can you teach me how? And I was looking at like jam, like, ooh, wild berry jam. How fun would that be? And then I found a better recipe for wild berry syrup. Syrup? Syrup. Syrup. Wild berry syrup, whatever you would pronounce it like. And basically it's like sugar mixed with your wild berries and a little water cooked together until it turns to, bless you, until it turns to like mush, and then you filter out the seeds and stuff, and then that sugar syrup berry extract, you like jar it up like a jam, and then you can like heat seal it, which is what I want to do, like in the like boiling it in a big pot of water, and you can use that syrup either for cooking, like if you're making like a fancy duck thing or whatever, but you can also use it, like put a little bit of it in a cup with water, with ice, and then put sparkling water over top of it, you know, and like for like a fancy gin and tonic, you could add a little bit of this syrup into the tonic water, and then you've got like a flavored gin and tonic. And like that sounds cool as a gift. So what my plan is to, this week actually, I told my mom as soon as I collect enough berries, and she said I would need 4 cups of berries, and I think I got 10 cups, so we should be good. 4 cups of berries. We're having, my mom is going to help me do it basically. We're going to make black raspberry syrup. Honestly, my older sister Mallory is like really classy. She's like a classy 30-something-year-old woman, like one of those, like where like if she had kids they would only have like wooden toys, you know what I mean? She's like classy and hip. So like her and her partner eat like fish dishes that it's a whole fish, and they eat like lamb and rabbit and stuff. Like they cook fancy things for fun. Like he makes duck, her partner, like fairly regularly, which to me it's like out of my realm. Like for me, like if I'm cooking and I'm considering it like, wow, I'm cooking, I'm making like ground beef. I'm not like going out of my way into the weird meats until I'm like doing something fancy, whereas that's like Thursday night they do fancy meat night and they have like lamb or rabbit or whatever. So anyway, I figured for her this black raspberry syrup would be like a really nice gift that she would actually appreciate. So I want to make it because otherwise those berries are just gonna get eaten, which is fine, but like you only get so many berries when you're picking wild berries. So like eating them is fun and whatever, but like you only get them for like a 2-week period of the whole year, and you're only gonna collect about a freezer bag full. Like I want to preserve them. I want to have another way to eat them later. I think that's more fun. So that happened. I collected a lot of berries. Look up string of plants. I love the string of turtles. Frida, that's the one I want, is string of turtles. I have a string of turtles cutting. It had 4 leaves on it, and for those of you that know what a string of turtles is, 2 liters in the freezer making jam, but I've never seen so many blueberries. You know what's weird, Frida? I was really surprised by the quantity of berries this year also. So last year we lived here in July. We got here July 1st, so we've been here a year and a bit now. To you, Brittany, good morning. I'm sitting here around. You're like, oh, there's a lot more drugs than I realized. Good evening for me. Well, good evening to you then, Noemi. So we have to leave half because there's tons of animals who might want to eat these. None of the berries had been picked at all. Like, it was early and then it rained a lot. Lots of blueberries. That is nice. We've had 0 rain, so our berries are all very small, but very flavorful, so I figured again, this sugar syrup is going to be good for that. So that was fun. Picked a lot of berries, had a lot of times. Ooh. Picked a lot of berries, had a lot of good times out in the forest. Found a mama turkey with a bunch of babies out in the forest, which was super cute. Oh, it was hot early. Fair. It's been hot here. It's been very hot this whole last week. I've been having a time. Also, look how many zucchinis I have in the fridge. I took them out of the fridge to show you. I have 5 organic, locally grown zucchini. There's so much forest that no humans go, so the animals have plenty. See, that's what I was thinking, Frida. I was only picking within like 50 meters of the edge of the forest, along the edge of the forest, and the berries were full, like full. Like there were berries that had dried out, still purple, had like shrunk down and dried out on the plant because nothing had taken them off. So I felt pretty good about like picking the berries. I didn't feel like, oh no, I'm taking from some animal's food. Plus, where all the deer lie down at the edge of the field, there's like an area of the edge of the field by the forest that all of the grasses are like sideways, like somebody had been lying down in them. And even the berries right next to that weren't eaten. So I'm not taking from any baby deer. I don't feel bad about taking these berries because, again, there were so many. I picked as many as I could pick each time I went out, and not even an impact was made on the plants that I picked from, because I didn't pick anything that I didn't want to reach for because it was like in the middle of the forest. Also, I only got 1 tick on me, and it didn't bite me. It was just on my clothing when I got out of the forest. So I know how to dress to go into the forest in the summer now. Thank you very much, Candace. Isn't that a nice harvest? So we've already eaten 2 zucchinis, and I've given 2 zucchinis to the chickens. So 9 zucchini so far, and there's one that's ripe on the plant right now waiting for me to pick it. 9 of these nice yellow zucchinis. So that's exciting. I also didn't sell any eggs this past week because I don't think my sister watches this. Alex is going to visit Ottawa next weekend. Hold on, Sarah. It's been very hot here too. Yep. And Sarah, it was 100 degrees here in New York the other day. Horrible. Yeah, it is. It's a little warm. 100's a little warm. So thankful for air conditioning. True. Frida, yes, it's estimated that about 1% of the blueberries in Sweden are picked, and then there's professional pickers out there too, so pick away. Yeah, and these ones, you can't sell them. They're not a sold berry. They're like a wild berry, and they're only good for like 2 weeks here. So there are no professional pickers, and these berries don't last. They're wild, you know what I mean? They're not something you can buy, even at a farmer's market. They're not something, like, people don't cultivate this variety of black raspberry. They're literally like a wild berry. You can buy the plant for this type of berry at the beginning of the season at like 2 garden centers in our area. And they're meant as like for the barrier of your property. Like, they're not like a plant people keep as like a cultivated plant around here. So, yeah, pick away. If you live in the area where I live and you want black raspberries, I don't think you need to feel worried about it. Bless you! Time for stuffed zucchini. Oh, that sounds good. Yum. Sid, 10 minutes of yoga. Check. Good job, Sid. I planned it my whole week yesterday. During my break from work, I'm going to do yoga during the stream, so hopefully I stay motivated. That's awesome, Sid. Congratulations on that smart decision to take care of your body. I need to do yoga again too. You've reminded me. I gotta check out our blueberry plant when I go out to pick my chamomile after the stream. Sid, oh my poor mama. They have chicken wire over top of their blueberry plants. They have like a tunnel over top of their blueberry plants because my mom has like a long row of blueberry plants, and the birds got underneath it and ate all of the blueberries. My mom was like, yeah, super sad about it. No blueberries at my parents' farm this year. 113 years. Wow. 113 years of what? And, oh, there we go. Morning, we are 113 degrees in Lake Havasu, Arizona today. Today's my birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Bernice. Nice to see you this morning. 113. Wow, I get it. That was so cool. Haha, very funny. Happy birthday, Bernice. And zucchini and garlic fry up with pasta. Oh, Frida, just zucchini and garlic. Just honestly garlic. Add any vegetable from the garden. Oh, I also have 2 tomatoes that are ripe. They're on my windowsill. They're not ripe all the way, like they need a day inside, but I was like not willing to risk giving them to an animal. They're my first 2 tomatoes, so I brought them inside. More things. Oh my god, so many things happened this past week. I did a lot of like fairy stuff. So I collected a lot of berries. Obviously I enjoyed the chickens. Oh right, Alex is gonna go visit my sister next weekend. My sister's moving into her first house, and this weekend is also, oh, it's your 29th anniversary. Happy anniversary, Lori. That's so nice. So really, I could be your daughter then, because I'm 28 and you're married 29. For real. But congratulations, for real, for real. Okay, so my sister's moving into her first house, but this weekend is my dad's birthday. And as those of you who have been around for a little while may know, my intention is to get my dad a kitten for his birthday. And for those of you who are like, you shouldn't get anyone a live animal for their birthday, all of the ingredients to go with the kitten. I've already made the vet appointment. So on Thursday, I'm supposed to go to the vet with the new kitten. I'll tell you about Thunder's vet appointment later. So on Thursday, I'm going to the vet with the new kitten. Anyway, since I'm getting my dad a kitten for his birthday, and since it's my dad's birthday, I can't go help my sister move because I am the one in charge of the gift this year. Like, because it's a live animal, I was like, I'll do it. So I have to be involved in the gift because I'm going to be the one collecting the gift. But my sister is moving into her first house. Her first, like, she purchased a house, like, it's her first real house. And that's a big move. And they didn't hire movers because both my sister and my sister's partner are, like, essential people, so they can't be interacting with people. Anyway, it's going to be, like, a huge garbage fire for them to move out of the house they live in now into the new house. So she didn't ask me to bring Alex or to ask Alex or to come up and help move. She just like sounded pretty sad about moving. So then I talked to Alex and he was like, oh, I'll go up, I'll visit my family while I'm there, because Alex's family lives in Ottawa. Ouch. Sorry, I have cuts on my leg and I keep noticing them with my fingers as I'm sitting here. So yeah, he's gonna go up to Ottawa for the weekend, visit his family because it was his dad's birthday yesterday, so he'll visit them. And in addition, he'll help my sister move, which is really nice of him, and she really appreciates it, obviously. But like, Alex is, if you guys didn't know, if you're new, Alex is like a very good person, and like if he knows somebody's having a hard time, it's in his nature to try and be helpful. Plus he likes going on road trips. Obviously I would like to go if I could, but he has family up there. He'll visit his family. He'll help my sister move. So for that reason, I didn't sell any eggs this past week. I sold 3 dozen eggs at the beginning of last week, and then I stopped. I didn't sell any more. So I have 5 dozen eggs in the fridge right now, which I plan on having Alex bring to my sister. So basically, I want to give her, from my garden, I want to give her a bunch of zucchini, a bunch of eggs, and a bunch of herbs. So I'm hoarding those things while I wait for next weekend. Alex is a good person. Indeed he is. Congrats to your sister, Bernice. I've said it a million times to her. I'll let her know from you guys also, because totally, she's like, my older sister's like really mature and really organized and really, really responsible. Like since we were like 14, when she got her first job at 14, she was like the person who started saving money then, you know? So she's like a really responsible adult. And she wasn't the first kid to buy a house out of the kids in my family. She like waited until the perfect time. She did all the things right. She's basically like, yeah, it was a big congratulations to her, Bernice. She's very like, she works so hard, so she earned it. It's not like things come to her. Like when you see my older sister, you're like, wow, she's so lucky. She just gets whatever she wants, but she doesn't. She works so hard. Like, she's like every celebrity ever where you're like, wow, they just shot to fame one day. No, they worked hard for years and years, and then you figured out they exist. So for you, it looks like they shot to fame, but on the back side, Like, my sister's like a very hard worker. So yes, she totally deserves this, A. And B, I had like a good cry about this house with her over FaceTime because I was like saying like, you're gonna like probably have babies there. Like, you're buying this house right now. You don't have any kids or any dependents or anything, but like, you're buying a house. And if your plan is to have a family, which like, no assumptions about anyone else, but like, probably her plan, I was saying to her, like, you're going to be like in your kitchen washing your dishes this year, and in another year in the future, you're going to be washing a human child in there. Like, there's going to be a baby in your kitchen sink at some point. What? So we had a cry about that, being like, you just bought a house where you're probably also going to meet your children. Like, you're going to have this house right now, haha, so fun, painting the walls, but like, at some point that house is going to have another human in it that you created and or brought into your family. Like, wow. I thought that was really cool. So that was fun. So I have 5 dozen eggs in my fridge right now, which is great. Oh, really good news. Clover is no longer broody, so that's good. That makes me really happy. She laid like 4 eggs last week, so Clover has decided she's no longer broody. Also, since Clover got broody this year, I can anticipate her getting broody next year. Apparently that is like a once a year or twice a year thing. It's not like a thing that's going to happen all the time. So since it happened this year for her, I can anticipate it'll probably happen to her again. And I'm going to just give her chicks next time. Next time she goes broody, not like this year because it's going to get cold starting now, but like next year in the spring, if she goes broody, I'm just going to give her a couple of chicken babies or a couple of eggs and let her do the mothering, because that sounds good. Also, don't forget to like the video, friends. Always feels good to own your own home. I mean, I can't relate, Bernice, but it sounds like a good thing. So I hope that she enjoys it. I hope that it's something that's good with her. I mean, again, she's responsible, she's ready. It's not something I'm worried about, but geez, these bruises and cuts on my leg from the forest are quite insane. Okay, something else I did this week while I was gone. I dug a big hole in my yard because I'm an adult. I dug the soil out of the hole, and then I mixed the soil with water, dissolved all of the clay into the water, and then I removed all of the sand that had settled to the bottom, and then I did that again and washed out the sand out of the clay water. And now I'm waiting for that to evaporate. I refined clay. In the last 3 days, I have taken soil from my backyard, which is very heavy in clay, and I refined the clay. So now that I am I'm at the point where I'm waiting for the water to evaporate. I don't know. I poured this clay through a towel and through a cheesecloth and got all the sand and all the stuff out. Now it's just water I'm waiting for. Basically, I'm making clay from scratch, from soil. Yeah. My sister just sprang it on me. Pregnant? What? You are only 26? Pregnant? What? You're only 26. She's 5 years older than me, so the oldest is 18 this year. Huh? Oh, when she had her baby. That's nice, though, that you ended up being an aunt all at once. I'm, like, ready to be an aunt, Frida. I'm ready for one of my siblings to have a baby because I am going to be, like, the coolest aunt. Gotta make your own pots. Honestly, Kansas, I have no idea what I was thinking. I just decided, like, I used to do this when I was little. And I would make pots that just like went out in the sun and would end up cracking eventually. But like I I did it when I was little. I would refine clay for fun. And then the other day I was like, I want to do that because I'm an adult and I'm doing child things that I like. And so I did. I'll show you what it looks like right now because I can't use it. Okay, that sentence was weird. Okay, good. I'm glad it was not just me because my brain couldn't read that sentence. I understood what you were saying, but the sentence was weird for you. Hold on. Let me show you this clay. Right now it's honestly, it's just really smooth mud. But the sand has all been removed. And this has been sitting like this for 2 days almost, because the water takes forever to evaporate and it's too thick to go through, a strainer. It looks like cake mix. Smells like nothing. It smells like clay. But anyway, it's gonna dry out over the next couple of days. I have 2 of these containers, one that's in a plastic container and one that's in a wicker basket with a piece of cheesecloth and a piece of towel inside. So see which one makes nicer clay. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this clay. Honestly, I just wanted to refine clay. Part of me wants to make some beads and make a little bit of jewelry for myself out of clay. And the other part is obviously like plant pots. There's 2 sides to me. But yes, I'm refining clay. I don't know, you guys. I'm just like kind of, sometimes I just do things and I don't know what I'm doing and I just want to. And this was one of them where I was like, I wanted to get my hands covered in mud. So yesterday my nail polish is almost all gone. It's not from picking at, it's from digging in clay. It like rubbed off all my nail polish, which was fun. So I am going to make something. I don't know what, again, but something will be made out of clay and I will show you. I also decided I'm going to show you how to do it because as I was doing it, I was like, this is so much fun. This has got to be something somebody else would want to do. So I'm going to just film a tutorial on it because it's actually really easy. It's just labor intensive. It's easy, it's just time consuming. Does that make sense? Like it's going to be like a week-long process to make this clay, but it's also like a lot of fun. So I think I'm gonna film a tutorial. After I figure out that it worked for sure, then I'll film the tutorial for it. Could your sister use it? I don't think so, because this clay is not stoneware clay. It would be earthenware clay. So something to do with it can only be fired at a certain temperature because of the stone or whatever that it came from. Can you make a bird bath? That's not a bad idea, Lori. A bird bath is a nice idea. I like that. You know what I was thinking of using it for was making like little outside bricks for the fireplace, for the fire pit, sorry, the outside fire pit, making like rustic bricks. I thought that might be fun. Or using it as mortar to hold stones together, something like that. I thought something for the fireplace I thought would be fun because then it would get fired also, because it would literally be a fire. So apparently the clay that this is, I was looking it up on the weekend, is something where you fire it at 1200 degrees, I think, which is the temperature of a bonfire. So you could fire it outside in a bonfire, but it won't fire at like 20 something hundred degrees. I thought you said tombstones, Candace. That made me laugh. Make toadstones for your garden. Toadstools. Oh, that's a cute idea too. Little garden gnome things. I call anything that goes in a garden, by the way, a garden gnome. Like when I think about it, like they're all garden gnomes. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I really have to pee, but I don't want to leave yet, so I'm just gonna go. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Thunder, come here. Thunder. Come here. You have to host the show. I have to go pee. Okay, I'm going to mute you so that you don't hear, I don't know, Alex sneezing or me and him talking while I go pee. So I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves and enjoy Thunder while I return momentarily. Come here. All right, I'm back. Excuse me. Excuse me, please. Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, please. Excuse me. Thunder, excuse me. Come here. Excuse me, please. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Have a kiss? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Okay. Ooh, we bored him. Yes. You guys are boring for Thunder. Okay, hold on. Thunder's like, what am I supposed to do? Yeah, at least he isn't self-cleaning. Yeah, that would be not ideal. It's like he's reading the comments. He's making sure that he's being a good mod. Zach, so just to share some good news, good idea. I'm happy about that. I achieved my conditional offer for the university of my choice this past week. That's awesome. That's great. That's so awesome. Congratulations, Zach. That's awesome. Digging the tail beat. Yeah, he's a happy dude. He's just a happy dude. Congratulations, though, Zach. It's the last minute Thunder show now. Indeed. Okay, so I'm back. And what else did I have to tell you about? Okay, so I made mud. That was exciting. Something else happened. A lot happened, and it was over a week, and I didn't write any of it down. So it's probably going to take me a little bit of a time to tell you everything that happened this past week, because I'm just, you know, like this. But I did film. I filmed a lot. So one of the things that I filmed that's going to be coming out probably this week is this. It's a scrunchy pattern. So I did a bunch of Christmas in July patterns. So I have a doggy hood cowl type thing. So that's a Christmas in July pattern. I also have a baby booty Christmas in July pattern and a scrunchy Christmas in July pattern and a headband Christmas in July pattern. So that's exciting. That's 4, I think I just said, Christmas in July's. And Christmas in July is in 4 days, technically, 5 days, 4 days, Christmas Day. So that's going to be this week. It's just me working on editing those things. You did a dog pattern. Yes, I did, Lori. For a dog hood. And I made the pattern so that you can adjust it to all of your dog sizes without like having to like figure it out, I think. I figured it out for everybody, like with stitch counts and everything. Thunder's doctor's appointment. Waiting on thyroid still. So appointment, great. Everything's normal. Waiting on thyroid. It's the news I've got. There's not a ton. I've already told you guys about what I do know, but we're waiting on thyroid information. And we were told 4 to 6 business days, so like a week. And that was so it's today or tomorrow probably. Sorry, I have an itchy nose for no reason. Anyway, you're a real YouTuber. LOL. I hope soon I'll be a real YouTuber, Lori. I figured out a few things. The stream is great as long as it doesn't become overkill, because when it becomes overkill, people stop coming. And that's fine, because I'm like, people choose what they want. But I need to stream less and video more, like edit videos more. So, yeah, that's what's happening. I need to put more videos out. So more videos are coming because I had a week off, and I'm probably going to be streaming less moving forward, if I'm honest. Did the neighbors build their coop yet? Nope, they didn't, and they haven't come over at all. They actually haven't been home a lot. They've been at their cottage. So I don't know what's going on with the chickens. I'm just keeping the eggs for now. And the chickens, obviously. Need to help the hubby. Okay, birdies, have a great rest of your day. But anyway, moving forward, I am going to have to stream less because I need to get more work done on the edited videos, and also like when I'm streaming every single day, there isn't a ton to talk about every single day. If we do it every few days, I think we'll end up being better. But I haven't figured out how we're gonna break it down yet. So for this week, we'll hang out every day, and maybe we can talk about it. We'll talk about it as we go, kind of like figuring out what the best option moving forward is. But the plan is to be a real live YouTuber, Lori, essentially. So as soon as I figure out exactly what that means, I'll keep you guys in the loop. So you have more chickens than you counted on. I have 2 more chickens than I counted on. But my plan after these 2 chickens left, Lori, was to get 2 more chickens. So I actually have the perfect number right now. If the neighbors do not take the chickens for whatever reason, then I won't be looking for any new chickens. And if they take their 2 chickens, I'll find 2 more chickens. Maybe every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What do you guys think of that? Like, what is your guys' opinion? I'll put that up in the Discord as what everybody thinks, like what days are the best days for everybody, or what amount of days in a week is the best for everybody. But I think once a week is not enough, and I think 5 times a week is too much. So I like 3 times a week. I think that works. Or the beginning of a week and at the end, something like that. Yeah, or like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or something like that, like a few days a week. I like that. What do you think, Laura? I'm happy to do what works best for everybody, as long as I get time to work. So I kind of like the idea of like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because then I have a full half week off, like Thursday and Friday. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like I have days together off, or doing something like Monday, Tuesday, Friday. Something like that, because that way we would hear new things. Yeah, we would all have new things. Yeah, that's true too, Lori. Yeah, I don't mind Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't mind doing... I was thinking, though, I want to do the streams on Saturdays for all the patrons, because, you know, it'll be fun. I think you should put days in between so there's new things. Yeah, I like that idea, Lori. That makes sense to me. Candace? No, not Candace. Scrappy suggested the same thing, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I like the idea. Or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, leaving long weekends. That's a good idea too. Did you start off doing 2 or 3 lives per week? Sure it was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I don't remember. I thought I started right into Monday to Friday. I don't remember though. Or just do Monday and Friday. Basically, something's changing. Yes, the stream will be changing. Some structure of the stream will be changing so that I'm doing slightly less streaming on a weekly basis to get more edited videos put out, because it's been a long time. So that's something that needs to happen. I haven't decided. I do like how you guys are thinking. I love how accepting you guys are of it. I do appreciate that. I think Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday and Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, something like I want to do the Saturday stream for the patrons, because I think that's fun and extra and bonus. As long as it works for you, we'll be happy. Well, thank you, Zach. I do appreciate that. I appreciate that with all of you guys. I really do appreciate how understanding you guys are. It means a lot to me. But yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do yet, but I'll keep you guys in the discussion of it so that it's not like, ta-da, this is what's happening. You guys will be like built into the decisions. So, but thank you for understanding that. I do appreciate that you guys immediately are like, yeah, that works. It means a lot to me. So again, that's not going to be this week because I need to sort out my life. But it will be happening because I need to put more videos out. Well, we want you to succeed, and we don't want to lose you completely. And I want to succeed, and I don't want to lose you guys either, because I love hanging out with you in the mornings. I missed you. I missed having somebody to tell about all of the things that happened the day before even. So yeah. I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but something's gonna shift. Good morning, Jack. I think you should put yourself first in the decision because you also need rest and time to work. Honestly, I did need time to rest because I realized even though you guys know I love you, you know I love hanging out with you in the morning. Love, I'm good with whatever days. Thanks, Katina. I love planning my day with you guys and just hanging out and chatting about what we've done. And, but I realized when I didn't have anybody to answer to, oh my God, I slept so much better. Like, not I slept longer, just I slept deeper and I slept more soundly. Just knowing that in the morning I didn't have to worry about explaining myself. Not that you guys are something I worry about. Like, it's not like, it's weird. It's hard to explain because it makes it sound like it's a negative thing, but it's not, because like I love spending time with you guys in the morning. But I also do feel responsible for, like, not entertaining you. That doesn't sound right. It's just more like I'm responsible for showing up. Do you know what I mean? And even though that's not a bad thing, it does sit somewhere in my psyche in a way that makes me feel nervous. And having a week off of it really, like, oh, I slept well. Oh. So I think every now and again I need to take a little break from the stream just to be for a little bit. And I think that's what I needed. No different than having kids. Just need a break. Just need to have a break from it. You need to cut down. It's amazing how much stress even just a small amount of pressure can cause. Sid, kind of, yeah, it was just like the responsibility of knowing I have to be here and knowing that like you guys want to get together and I have to be here so you guys can get together. Not just with me, with each other. You know what I mean? It's a little, it's stupid to be, okay, it's not stupid. Every feeling is valid. But I recognize that it's not as big of a, like, thing on me as I make it, but I did need the break. So I'm glad I got the break. I really appreciate that you guys are still here after I left for a week. But my plan moving forward is to reduce the amount of streams. I don't know how much yet. Just so that I can put out videos again, because that's what I like doing. That's what I want to be doing. I mean, I love streaming. I love hanging out with you guys, but like, the fire inside of me comes from making videos, comes from making art and showing people how I made the art. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily like the filming and editing of videos. It's the making of art and showing it. Like, I made mud, and it's gonna turn into a pot made of clay, and I just want to show you how I did it. Do you know what I mean? Does anybody else? Anyway, that's what it feels like. It's like you're glad when the kids are away, but you miss them, and when they come back, you're like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? I'm tired. Why are they here? They're eating all the food. I feel like that's gonna be me as a finished parent. Like, they're in here eating all of my snacks. I bought these snacks because they don't live here anymore. I've been going through that trying to decide if I'm gonna add days at work, right? You're like, am I gonna add days and then end up being more stressed but have a little more money? So I won't be as stressed about money, but I will be stressed about work. Or do I be stressed about money and not as stressed about work? Relatable, Sid. Laura, I sent you a message on Instagram. Awesome, Sarah. Oh, thank you, because again, I'll forget. And also, I don't have my phone on me, so I can't check that, but I'll check after the stream is over. But yeah, so, I don't know. I worked on crochet. What else did I crochet? I did some granny squares for the August granny square granny square nanza. Words are hard. So I did that. I've got 5 granny squares done. I'm not going to show you because instead I'm going to make it a surprise. I feel like that with my adult daughter. I miss her, but when she's here, I'm like, does she ever stop eating? You know what it is, Lori? Mom's food is better than any food that you're going to buy or make. Mom's food is always better. I go to my parents' house, and even though I live like 25 minutes away from my parents, like I'm not that far, I go visit my parents' house and I just like, are there any Baby Bell cheeses in the fridge? Any chocolate in the candy drawer? Like, I have to check. And my mom will be like, take whatever you want from the fridge, or like, do you need any food? I have a ton of whatever this type of food is. And I'll be like, no. But when I go there, I do have at least one Baby Bell because I don't buy them. My mom always has them in the fridge and they're so tasty, but I don't buy them for myself. I'm not spending $14 on cheese. What do you think I am? Some kind of adult? I think that's what it is though, Lori, is that you probably have all the tasty food that she likes but isn't going to be buying because why would I be buying full price chocolate? But will I eat full price chocolate? Heck yeah, I will. Grananza, there we go. The Grananza, woohoo. I love my empty nest. Well, I love my empty nest that's like pre-empty. There's no kids here yet. Mom food is magical. Indeed it is, Frida, it's a fact. It's better than regular food. Even if you went with your mom to the grocery store and you both bought groceries, when you go to your mom's house, the groceries are better. Just the way it is. For me, it's more about that I'm needed at work to get things done. Fair. I think I'm still making enough to cover my very few bills. Very good. And I'm decent at actually not spending when I'm home. Also very good. Well done for both of those things. I am one of those people where like when the credit card is at zero, like it is right now, I'm looking like I could buy things I want and it wouldn't ruin my whole life. But I'm not going to do it because I don't need them. Except for the plant that I bought, the string of hearts. I needed it. Anyway. But we're open to the public now and yeah, that's not ideal. That's not ideal. Oh no, she's a vegetarian. She makes all her own food and I eat hers. Lori. She makes all her own tasty vegetarian food. Well then invite her over more often and get tasty vegetarian food made. Candace, my daughter would come over and go right to the fridge looking for leftovers. Great way to clean out my fridge. That's me. If we go into my parents' house and we're like, my mom's like, come on in, we're gonna have dinner. And my little sister and I will be there sitting at the, like we sit at the kitchen island while my mom's cooking and we just chat with her. Like I'm gonna look in the fridge. And I'm gonna check if there's anything snacky, you know? Dad food, not so much. Well, my dad, he likes to experiment with sauces. Dangerous. Yes, dad food, not so much. I don't know, I don't think my dad's had to cook anything in like, honest to God years at this point. He used to cook when we were like home, when we lived at home, he would cook dinner because half the time he was home and half the time my mom was home. It was like, my mom was a teacher, so during the day, she was at work. Always on the weekend, she was cooking, but on the weekdays, sometimes my dad would be cooking. I don't know, since all the kids moved out, I don't know that my dad has had to cook. Like, ever. Like, I really don't know if my dad has had to cook any food ever. Like, aside from, honey, will you take this out of the oven when the oven beeps? Technically, he helped cook those things then, but I mean, like, I don't think he's had to cook a meal since we all moved out. I'm not like that. I love cooking. I really do love to cook. She still lives here, so she is here every day, but she sleeps at her partner's house because they can't have her car here. I have a dog who doesn't like cats. Oh, they can't have her cat here. I have a dog who doesn't like cats. Oh. Well, that's gotta be nice. Best of both worlds. Sleep at the partner's house and then leave and have like your own space. Although living with my mom, I don't know that that would work anymore either. Like, you know, you love everyone, but I don't think I could live with any of my siblings or my parents. I don't think I could live with anyone but Alex at this point. I don't even know if I could live alone because I'm so messy. I would end up living in like an actual like dilapidated hoarder house. Like it would be a problem. So there's that. My dad thinks he is an equal adult. I know how it is to move away from mom. It's shocking what she mysteriously does without anyone noticing. Yeah, for real. I feel like that's how Alex is gonna feel about me ever. If I ever go away for like a month for, I don't know, a vacation. I don't know why I would go on a vacation without Alex. Just imagine if he didn't have me for a month though. I bet you he'd see the little things I do, you know? I think he probably does. Probably not to the extent, but you're right though. Like my dad probably thinks he's an equal adult to my mom, and then if she went away, he would be like, oh, I can only eat fast food. He can cook. I just don't know that he has to ever, because my mom cooks. You know what I mean? My mom cooks now every day that it's super hot. She cooks something because they have AC, and she doesn't want to be outside when it's 35 degrees, so she'll cook something, which works for me. She made Swedish meatballs on the weekend, and she said, come by and pick up some Swedish meatballs. They turned out really good. I'll show you them on camera, Frida, and you can tell me if they are accurate Swedish meatballs. I haven't picked them up yet, so I don't know, but apparently she made Swedish meatballs, and I was like, are they sweet? And she was like, I don't think you make them sweet. I think you serve them with something that can be sweet. And I was like, it's called lingonberry jam, Mom. Like, are you even knowing anything about Swedish food? Because I know a lot about Swedish food. And she was like, and I was like, I have friends in Sweden. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah. Their names are Frida and Ola. And she was like, oh. And I was like, okay, honestly, I only know Frida, but like Ola is there. And so technically, like, he's my friend. So I have friends. Even though like it's just Frida, I have friends in Sweden. So did you serve it with lingonberry jam? And she was like, I didn't serve it. I made Swedish meatballs, and your dad and I ate some. And I was like, did you serve it with lingonberry jam? She didn't, because that's not something that we just keep here. But I don't know. That's the whole story. I would like to eat some Swedish meatballs. Anywho, so this week I have a couple of plans. First, I have to give all of the chickens a bath. Left you a pretty cool link on Facebook. I'm excited to see it. I will check it out, Candace. I can't right now. I don't have my phone. But, hola, hey Mary. Yes, she's right, and you're right. They're not sweet, but you serve them with lingonberry. Well, we're both right about Swedish food then, basically. In a Facebook message. Okay, perfect, Candace. Thank you. I will check it out again. I don't have my phone right now, so it's plugged in downstairs. I'll have to check after the stream. But what was I gonna say? I had something to say. Oh yeah, plans for this week. Find a kitten. Pick up the kitten. Humble brag. Yeah, basically, yeah, humble brag. No, though, I'm excited about those. Picking up a kitten, not giving eggs away, not selling eggs until after Alex goes. We're definitely your friends. You're part of our life. You get talked about it, and I tell you everything. Yeah, Frida, that's pretty much, yeah. My mom was like, where did you meet her? And I'm like, that's not important. The important thing is that I know about Swedish things now. So, yeah. My mom, nobody in my life understands the internet the way that I live in it, so it's just, yeah. Anyway, I need to find a kitten. I need to take the kitten to the vet. I need to gift the kitten to my parents. Don't worry, it's not one of those things where people are like, don't get people pets for birthdays or Christmas. It's irresponsible. My parents both want a cat. Well, my mom doesn't want a cat, but she wants a cat on the farm. My dad wants a cat. They're both responsible adults who want one. I'm just doing the legwork for them and calling it a birthday gift. So that's my main job this week, is edit videos and find a kitten. I think that's pretty much it. Edit videos and find a kitten. And collect more berries whenever it's a good time to collect berries. No, I start sentences with my friends on the live and I get stares. Yeah, it's like, yeah. For me, I start with my friend from and then country, and then people, it always brings questions, as opposed to me just saying, I just need to start saying just my friend. Because when I say, like, my friend from Sweden said, and they'll be like, how do you have a friend in Sweden? And I'm like, the internet. I go on the internet and show my face all day, every day on the internet, and because of that, people find me from other countries, and then we're friends. Internet friends are friends too. Sid, indeed they are. But when you are someone who didn't grow up with that world, it's hard to fully understand, I think. Like, it's just not the same for them, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like a nod and smile. Like, to my grandpa, this whole thing is a radio show. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't translate it to something else because he didn't grow up in a place where you had, like, how do you explain this to someone who doesn't use the internet regularly? It's kind of like pen pals, but we're all in the same letter. It's kind of like emailing, but it's not like emailing. It's kind of like a radio show plus pen pals plus emails plus hanging out. Like, how do you explain this to someone who didn't have the internet growing up? It doesn't make the same sense. So I just say for my grandpa, it's like a live radio show, a live interactive radio show. And for my family who's younger, it's a live stream, so they understand it more. We're all in the same letter. We're like pen pals in the same letter, and also I do a radio show and all of the pen pals are watching it, and we're in a group letter called Pen Pal Chat. My daughter will say that is that Laura? She recognizes your voice. Well, Alex knows all of your guys' names, so when I say like, oh my god, Lori A, but ABC, Alex, like he doesn't have to be like, who's Lori or anything like that. And then now my family knows you guys by your country, so I'll be like, oh, Lori has a plant that I have, and my mom will be like, Lori, in Boston? And I'll be like, yep. Or my sisters, Frida in Sweden, and they still often go, is she the one in the Netherlands? And I'll be like, no, this is the one in Sweden. This one's the one in Boston. This one's the one who lives close by. And then it's basically, yeah. Like my sisters saw Candace once and they were like, somebody from your stream exists in real life? And I was like, yeah. They're like all real people. Because do you remember in the 90s when, not even the 90s, the early 2000s, when they had all those chat rooms where like you could go into a chat room and everyone would be like, ASL, age, sex, location, and you would be like, I'm a 14-year-old girl in Canada, and then that was like, never answer that. But it's not like that anymore, so I don't know. It's just hard to explain to people who aren't in it, you know what I mean? Maybe it's like you could talk and get a response with the TV people. Like a radio show that you call into. That's how I feel more. You know, like the John Tesh radio show. You could call in. He's going to be talking about whatever he wants, but you can call in and ask questions and talk. This community and the internet, it's magical. Indeed it is, Frida. It's a crazy, weird, magical place. Or Candace the wacko from the backyard that brought you presents. No, they were like, is she a fan? And I was like, no, I don't have fans. It's not this type of YouTube channel. And they were like, well, why did she bring you things? And I'm like, 'cause she likes me and she hangs out with me every day. And then they saw what you brought, Candace, and they were like, she like really knows you. And I was like, do you guys not watch my stream ever? Like, they all really know me. And they were like, because they saw Candace brought like a plant and snacks for me, snacks for Alex, snacks for the animals, a beautiful pot for natural dye, eggshells, like things that only I will appreciate. Do you know what I mean? Like if you brought those things, Candace, to like one of my sisters, they would all be like, okay. Whereas to me, they all meant like, they meant a lot. And I was like, no, it's not like that. It's more like it's like, and I was trying to explain like our relationships. And I was saying like, well, they know me really well. So we're like friends, but we're far away. So it's hard to express normally the way that you normally would interact with like a in real life friend. So anyway, they were like, how did she know? How did Candace know that you like those things? And I was like, I don't know. I talk for 4 hours a day every day. You're gonna get to know me pretty clearly because we're hanging out. So yeah, pretty much. Not a fan, we're groupies. LOL. Oh my, the internet in the 90s. The dangerous internet in the 90s, Frida. Sid, your live is more interactive than any of the others I've watched too. It's very community. Really? They're not as active? Like, what is another live like? To be honest with you, I don't watch lives. I've watched a couple of lives that I watch after the fact. Like, I've watched a few of Sandy's lives. Sometimes I just click in to see who's there and say hi. Who else have I watched? I don't really watch a ton of lives. I am more watching a lot of documentaries. That's currently what I'm doing. Also, sorry, I keep touching my skin. I have like a lot of bug bites and a lot of scratches all over me, so it's like, it feels like I'm bumpy, but all of the bumps are a scab or a bug bite because I have just been outside a lot. Oh, also I've been harvesting from my garden crazy amounts of chamomile. I currently have probably 2 full cups of dried chamomile now, which I'm very excited about because I'm gonna make everybody tea. Some are way too fast and they really don't read the comments or respond. Well, rude. So glad that you're... Whoa, did you hear that? My stomach just growled. Glad you're here. Unless there are 2 of them, one to jibber jabber and one to look for interesting things to respond to. I am all the brains. I am the jibber jabber and the reader, the jibber reader, the Jabberwocky. Most of them are either gaming and they only respond to super chats, or they set off topics they cover more like an actual radio show kind of format. Rude, are you saying this isn't like an actual radio show, Sid? I think that I'm a great radio show host, so I don't need to be attacked this way. Do we need better comments? I'm actually just joking, but for real, what do we think? Should I have more commentary? Should I have more plans for this stream? This is just us hanging out though. This isn't part of the income part of my YouTube anymore. At the beginning of the streams, I was like, I'm going to like make this the channel, but it's not. The channel is YouTube videos. The stream is separate, I think. Like the stream is for us to hang out and chat. The channel is for tutorials. You know, this is so I don't go crazy. The videos are like my income. This is so I don't go crazy. So I see you. I love that you're here. I appreciate your presence because without you, I would go crazy. And I know this because I was off a week and I missed you. So there's that. Anyway, Frida, you're really good. Oh, thank you, Frida, at gathering up the conversation. You feel included, like we're sitting in your living room all talking together. Well, we are in my living room all talking together. I love you guys. I watch a lot of your lives, but yours is my favorite. Aw, Katina, great. I'm glad you like being here. I like having you. I look forward to it and miss it when it's gone. So your life is definitely the best. I feel like we're a family, right? We are. We all chit chat. And like, honestly, every time something happened this week, I was like, oh, I can't wait to tell them. That's like the first thing in my brain was like, I can't wait to tell them how many eggs we got. I can't wait to tell them the color. One of our eggs came out pink this week. Like, probably it's not that pink, but compared to the white eggs and the brown eggs, it looks pink. And the first thing I thought was like, I need to tell them that I found a pink egg. This is so exciting. So I found a pink egg. Those are the best gifts. I agree, Frida, especially because I grew the chamomile, which is like very exciting. And I have to go to my mom's this week to pick her chamomile because she doesn't. She just grew it for pretty. Like she just grew it because I said I wanted to grow chamomile. So she grew like a total amount of like an insane amount of chamomile, and I was like, can I come pick it? She was like, whenever you want. So I'm gonna go pick all of the bloomed chamomile, and then in 2 days it'll replace itself. But my mom planted it all over the whole farm. There's like, she probably has like 100 chamomile plants. I have 5, and my 5 have given me 2 full cups of dried chamomile, which is like, it looks like a lot when all together. It's currently sitting on a screen drying. But you actually become involved in our lives. It's a 2-way relationship. Others are just one way. We're all there to discuss them and what they do. Well, I'm glad because you are all important to me. So I'm glad that's how it feels for you guys too, because that's how it feels for me, is that it's a 2-way street. I love the vibes you have currently. It's wonderful and chill and friendly. Yay, vibes. Those are super detached and more meant for getting ranty about politics at your computer screen. We do that sometimes. Like, sometimes. Hold on. I need you to, like, not accidentally show your crotch, Laura. I just want to put my knee up. Okay, there we go. I like the striped egg. That was cool. Wasn't that crazy, Candace? Okay, so we need to know about the pink egg, right? So I'm pretty sure the pink egg was Sunflower's egg. it's like very pale pink. Like it's probably a white egg with a thin shell. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not really actually pink. I don't think I'm gonna make tea out of the chamomile in my driveway because we drive over it all the time. Well, Frida, what you can do, dig out the plant or just pull it out. They honestly, you don't really need to dig it because it's got like a loose root. They've like come out of the ground. Pull out that piece and plant it in the driveway still, but at the edge of the driveway so you're not driving over it. It'll grow new chamomile and you'll have it off the driveway. But for real, it does grow in waste places. Isn't that crazy? My chamomile is going nuts too. I have so much to pick. It spreads a ton too. Sid, that's what I love, is how much it's spread out. Yeah, but when we get ranty here with each other versus screaming at the void, fair. Although let's be honest, we're probably all screaming at the void at some point during the day. So better to have somebody to chat with like this, because then you don't feel as crazy about when you do scream at the void. Anyway, this pink egg, very pale pink. Probably it's just a white egg with a thinner shell, but it made me very happy. And then Bluebell laid an egg, so weird, a brown egg. And then, you know how like Diane's eggs have like black, dark brown speckles on them? Well, all of the speckles on this egg that Bluebell laid, they all ended up in the same 2 spots of the egg. So the egg has like stripes on it, like actual like, okay, let me just grab it. I'll show you because it's very weird. There's a big difference between those 2 things. Sid, you're right. Screaming at the void and screaming with someone else at the void. Let's see these eggs. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Okay. Listening to you talk about chamomile makes me want to grow some. Zach, you really should, because first of all, it's really easy to grow. It does it on its own. And second of all, it smells amazing. It's a pretty plant, so even if you don't use it for chamomile, it's pretty. It looks nice. You don't have to do anything about it. It just does its own thing. Okay, so let me see. I only have one. Okay, well, first of all, I only have 1 egg laid by Bluebell. She hasn't been laying eggs. She laid 3 eggs total now since we've had her. It's way easier than mint. Honestly, okay. I think it's as easy as mint. I don't know that I would call it easier than mint. It is a lot of eggs because, again, I haven't sold any last week. Okay, so first let me show you. I have 4 dozen here in my lap. I know. Look at these. Look at how pretty they all are. Ah. Okay, so you guys already know Diane lays the prettiest eggs. Let me find one of Diane's pretty eggs. Of course, this week Diane decided to make average looking eggs. Okay, so Diane's eggs were the ones where I was like, Diane's are so dark, oh, so pretty. Should be grown in pots then. No, like it pulls out of the ground so easily, Zach, honestly. It self-seeds, it's beautiful, it's lovely. It's not as invasive as mint, where if you pull it out, it'll just keep growing all over on its own. If you pull it out, this stuff, it's like really easy to get rid of. So no, you don't need to put it in a pot. It'll grow in the ground happily and you can get rid of it fairly easily. Okay, so I've got, this is Diane, this is Poppy, and what are you staring at me for? And that's Clover. So Diane, Poppy, Clover, those are the colors. Check this out. Are you ready for this? This is Bluebell's egg. Look at that. Is that not the weirdest thing? Look at the darkness of this egg. Okay, so I thought Diane laid us a dark egg. Look how dark Bluebell's egg is compared to Diane's. So Diane, Bluebell. It's the prettiest. It's the prettiest. How crazy. These are regular eggs that you eat. How cool is that? So Bluebell lays a beautiful egg. Very happy about it. Let me see if you can tell that this one's pink on camera. It's pink in real life. This one. No, it just shows up as like pale. It's pink in real life, but I'm pink, so it makes it look like it's not pink. We also got a really pretty olive colored egg and a really pretty speckled egg. Look at this one. How cool is that? This is from Olive. Olive laid this egg. So if we look at my speckled egg layers. Just look at my awful fingernails. Since it seeds, a pot will do little to keep it in one spot. Yeah, I just pull the little babies I don't want in certain places. Yeah, pretty much. Also, you can't keep track of the seeds dropping because it's like if you miss a day of pulling your chamomile out, it's gonna just drop seeds and you're gonna be stuck with a lot of seeds all over the ground in a spot where you don't want them. So just pull them out as they go. I'm just grabbing pretty eggs to show you as I talk because there are so many eggs in my lap right now. Also, one of our egg layers, I think Buttercup switched from being an Easter egger to being an olive egger, which is fine. It's just weird because, like, okay, Violet lays this. There, you can kind of see it's pink there. I know my skin is pink, which makes it hard if I get off camera enough. This middle one is pink. I promise it's pink. Anyway, Bluebell or Buttercup used to be laying eggs that were bluish, the long skinny ones, but now for some reason they've started coming out like olive green, which is so weird. I don't know why. Like, these are not brown, these are green. I know they look brown compared to that blue one, but if I hold a brown one up with it, you can see they're like green. Anyway, I am holding an awful lot of eggs and it looks weird, but it's like honestly so much fun having chickens that lay colorful eggs. Who knew? I mean, I knew because look at how dark. That's Bluebell's egg. Look how dark it is compared to these other eggs. Is it not the most beautiful color? It means that she has a copper Moran or a copper Moran. We believe you, Laura, even if the camera doesn't. I appreciate that, Sid, because it really is, like when you see it in this group of eggs, you're like, there's a pink egg in there. So there is a pink egg, it's just, you're just gonna have to believe me, that's all. The camera doesn't need to be correct all the time. But I have another dozen eggs in the fridge right now. Anyway, that's a good idea. I'll definitely look into that. Thank you, Sid. What are you doing with all the eggs, selling or giving away? Good morning, cats. And also, it reminds me of Earth Stripes. Isn't it interesting, Zach? My plan is to give most of them to my sister for next week. I want to sell them because I have been selling them and they sell very easily, but my older sister, I don't get to see her very often, and she is a baker, and if she lived close by, I would be giving her eggs all the time. So when Alex goes up to visit next week, I'm just gonna have him go up with a whole bunch because they last a long time in the fridge. So I'm gonna have him bring her 4, 5, 6 dozen, whatever I've got by the time he leaves, and then I'll just start selling them again after that. I bet it's a diet thing. You're feeding them different stuff so the shells are different. I think so, Sid. I mean, they are colorful egg layers in general, but I agree with you that there would be some difference between all the eggs as they eat different things. So it's like a galaxy egg. Isn't it though, Candace? Laura, the mother hen, top of the pecking order. I mean, honestly, I am like #1 on the pecking order now. They love me. I'm gonna film something with them today because like when you see them come to me in the when I see them, I like actually like squee. I'm like, they love me. They come and see me in the morning. Anywho, what am I trying to say? Oh, Clover already laid her egg for today, which is early, but she already did. When I went in to let her out this morning, the egg was already in the nest box. I built stuff while I was away too, which I'm gonna have to show you because it's really cool. Also, the people who are in the Patreon group that I said I'm doing extra streams for, I'm still doing that. I just took the week off of everything. But I'm gonna be doing the Patreon streams on Saturdays. Did I say that already? I might have already said that one. So why do we get the boring white ones in the store? Honestly, Frida, I think that it has to do with the fact that those are easier to see through the shell so you can see if you accidentally got one with like a blood vessel in it, because they like laser scan them so that you don't accidentally get one with a blood vessel in it, because nobody wants an egg that has a crack or a blood vessel. Whereas these, like, for example, if you were looking at this egg under a laser, this egg under a laser, and this egg under a laser, which one's it going to be easier to find the imperfections in? The white one with no spots on it. The brown one with spots, the green one with spots. It's going to be harder to tell that something's wrong with it. Like if there's a crack, it's harder to see on a shell that has spots on it. So my guess is it's easy to quality control simple white eggs versus all the other colored ones. But yeah, having a dozen funky pretty eggs, I would way have that over top of white ones. I didn't even know that was an option growing up. If I knew that we could have magical rainbow eggs, oh, the fun. So these ones will go to my sister, but after that I'll start selling them again. I love seeing the videos of them dinosaur eating greens. Aren't they crazy? Oh my gosh. No taste difference at all, Beth. None at all. The green, brown, blue, they're all the same, just eggs. I still gotta get a dozen, all the colorful. Yes, Candace, you gotta come get a dozen. Just come. You don't have to buy a dozen, that would be weird. So just come and trade me for your eggshells. Beth, that would be so fun. Blueberry eggs. Right? Well, hold on. Beth, where do you live? I'll just make I'll just make one that's all blue eggs right now to see how that would look. I don't have just blue, I have blue and green. So it's gonna have to be a dozen of blue and green eggs. Because I don't have a dozen of just blue. That would be cool, but we're not there yet. My dinosaurs. Honestly, Frida, how many clips I have of these dinosaurs eating greens? So many, because I love watching them eat. I think it's just very humorous. Oh, thank God we're on a carpet. It didn't break. Okay, here we go. Here's, oh, that's not green. I need one more. There, okay. Ta-da! Wow, when they're all together, they don't look that blue at all. It's like you need the brown to have the contrast show up. These are all blue and green eggs. How boring they look without the context. You need the brown. You need brown eggs in your dozen in order to be able to tell that they're blue or green or anything. What kind of stream is it that you watch in the morning? Oh, this weird girl in Ontario just plays with eggs and moves them around between cartons to show us the colors of the eggs. Isn't that what everybody watches in the morning? I think that's normal. Anyway, cool. Frida, they are cool. I enjoy them. I'm having a lot of fun with these eggs. I don't know, man. I just, like, sometimes whoa, God. Sometimes I look at the things that I do and I'm like, that's a special kind of person doing weird, special kind of people stuff. That's me, friends. Also, all of Sunflower's eggs are translucent at the top. Isn't that weird? All of Sunflower's eggs. Like, at first I was like, oh, maybe it's just because she's not nutritionally sound yet. But look. All of them have the same weird translucent thing going on at the top. Isn't that weird? You're my sunflower. Anywho, there's 4 dozen eggs for you guys. Gasp again, can't take it anymore. I'm sorry, I'm mildly spastic, Candace. Act like you didn't already know it. What? Laura? Clumsy? Nah. Maybe she needs more calcium. Frida, she gets calcium. She's eating an egg layer mix, which has calcium added into it, and I add crushed eggshells into their food. So they're getting more than enough calcium and eating tons of dark leafy greens. Like, these girls are fed well. Like, they're eating a good life. And also, the thing that I'm thinking though, Frida, is that probably a lot of sunflowers, I need 4 green, 4 blue, 4 brown. I have enough white at home. Oh, Candace, I won't be giving you any white eggs. Don't you worry. I like the eggs. They're cool. Me too, Katina. I'm glad you like them too. Sid, I think they're pretty also. Did we all just gasp there? Okay, good, because I thought it was just me going, oh no, not on my white carpet. Maybe she needs more calcium though. Frida, the thing I was thinking, possibly, Sunflower's the one that's missing all the feathers on her back. First of all, they're all growing back, so don't panic. Show feet and I'll donate $100 to the channel. Donate $100 to the channel and I'll show you my feet. How about that? Hey, Alex.
Yeah?
Can I show my feet to the stream if someone gives me $100? That's not weird, right? If I don't think it's sexual, then it's not.
Probably not.
Because it's feet. My feet are gross, though. So, $150. Sid, I think the, Candace, ew, good work. I mean, you know what, though, Frida? Some people like feet, okay? Let them like feet. I think the white ones came into popularity because those birds produce more eggs in general, so those ones are the large production that they went when established. Yeah, I think that's probably part of it, Sid, but I still believe, too, that it has to do with, the ease of managing them. Like, yeah, the chickens lay more eggs, which is great. Could be stress related, possibly. I think it could do with the fact that they lay a lot of eggs, but I think it also would have to do with the fact that they're easy to find out ugly ones. Like, people don't want oranges that don't look all the same, so they don't want eggs that look all different. People are weird. Yes, let them like feet, but not on a general live. Frida, for $150, I'll flash my feet. A feet is a hand. A foot is a hand. Colored eggs cost more in stores. Well, probably because you can't get them as easily. Because they're harder to quality control. I'm thinking it's a quality control thing. But for real, what was I going to say? About sunflowers. So sunflowers, bald spot, my guess is that since she's working so hard on growing her feathers back, maybe that has to do with it. I'll talk no money. Yeah. Right, Frida? Had that $100 been dropped though, Frida, the amount of possibility of me flashing you guys my feet would have been 100%. So just be advised. For me, feet are very not sexual, so will flash feet. I'm not like, I wouldn't go and take pictures of my feet and sell them. I'm not quite there in my brain yet, ever. But like, I do know people who've done that. I actually know someone who used to go to like events, like feet events, because she had no interest in feet and she earned so much money because other people had interest in feet. She would just have to be like a waitress who wore nice shoes. Fun. Anyway, it really is that Easter eggers and others don't lay as much. Oh, is it really that? Well, fine. Yeah, but the uniformity came later after industrialization had been established already, right? True, Sid. Yeah, I would too, probably. Right, Frida? I know someone who sells pretty ones for a living and she had to replace the layers often. Well, the weird thing is, Lori, everybody seems to replace their chickens after like a year or two, which is weird. Because they don't. My friend is a hand and foot model. I mean, this girl that I knew was a foot model. You know what I mean? Model. But technically, it wasn't anything on her side, so anyway, strange. Frida, need craft supplies. Facts. I need a new bullet journal that was supposed to arrive last week, and it just didn't. And when I check on Amazon where the order is, it says it should have been delivered by now. It's probably been delivered by now. And I was like, that's not true. It wasn't. 38.3. Yes, almost at 40. Almost at 40. We're getting there. Hold on, though. Sid, yes, I agree. Since she's working so hard to grow her feathers back, I'm sure it's putting her egg production into chaos. I know a Swedish YouTuber who has someone's name tattooed on her, but that was for like $1,000. It was small and inconspicuous. Okay, I'm not gonna tattoo any of your names on me for money. I'll show you my feet for money. So my thread is dry and it's still a pretty chartreuse. That's awesome, Sid. Can you take a picture of it? I want to see. Also, I want to use sumac for tannin. I thought that was a really cool thing, that you mix tannin and aluminum sulfite and it'll sulfite and it'll turn into your mordant. I love that. Be at 40,000 soon. Anytime, Candace. I'm ready. 40,000. Can you believe that? You guys, it's already 8:45. I'm leaving now. It's time for me to go. I have to go. I don't have to go. I'm going to go. I'm going to go hang out with the chickens for a little bit. Ooh, I have mine. I'm itching to start it. Am I allowed to start the new one at the end of the month? Though there are 50 pages left, Frida, technically, no. But coming from a fellow I never finish my own bullet journal persons, yes, you can start a new one. Because it'll be a new month, so you should start a new one. And then just rip out those pages and magnet them to the fridge and use them as your grocery list. She has lots and lots of tattoos, so it just disappears. Okay, fine. And it'll allow you to dye carton sands, harsher chemicals, which I appreciate, Sid, totally, because I don't want to have to buy a whole other thing, because we already have sumac and like other sources of tannin here. Don't forget to check the Facebook messages. Facebook messages, Instagram messages, and hang out with chickens. I know, it's no. Hold on. Yeah. Not for me, but still. Be kind, drink water, wash your hands, and check on friends. Toodles, I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, wash your hands. I'm gonna take my nail polish off, probably paint new nail polish because my nails are getting fairly long. Pretend that they're not gross looking, but most of that's clay. But do you see the length? The length is what's important here, people. Oh, I love you guys too. Have a great day, everybody. I have to move pics from my cell phone before I can share them. Oh, okay, perfect. So I'll be spamming the Discord with lots of goodies. Good. Sid, mini printer. Sumac is so useful. A lot of plants. Once you start doing things with plants, you're like, oh, plants are magic. Okay, guys, I'm going to see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. I'll probably be more awake, and maybe I'll even like shower and blow dry my hair so that you guys can see that I'm actually like a fully functional adult. I'll share my recipe on Discord later. Yes. See you tomorrow. Yes, I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out with me. Drink water. Be nice to each other. Be nice to all the things. Go outside if it's not disgustingly hot and awful outside. Thank you for coming. I missed you guys. I love you guys. And I think that's it. That's it, right? Do I have anything else I have to tell you? I don't think so. Anywho, love you guys. I do. I really do. And I missed you. And don't knock over the clay onto the carpet. Just don't do that. But I will see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern time. I'll be back. Discord. Sarah, I will get you into that. Candace, I'll check it. Facebook. Whatever. You guys know. All the things. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye. Have a good day. Thank you for coming. I hope you had a good week off. I'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.